Hi folks, how we doing? It's Charlie Egan here from Service Please. Today's guest, who I'm super excited about having in, is somebody you would know from the decks. He would be a DJ in early 90s. He started in Dublin, was part of the electronic and house music coming to Dublin and to Ireland. Played in Sides, Temple of Sound, Ormond Multimedia, UFO, System, The Pod, The Chocolate Box, places like that, all the way through to now being Hang Die, Izakai. He's played all over Dublin. Clubs, not just does that, he would be the go-to guy for a lot of DJs or live electronic acts that come to Dublin and want to have a warm-up act, or for his private parties. What a lot of you wouldn't know is his wizardry in the decks also transfers to the kitchen, where he's worked in Gruel, Coppinger Row, and a number of other places. The absolute legend that I think he is Mr. Billy Scurry. Billy, lovely to have you here. Have you, man?
Long time no see.
In ages, mate. Hello. So Billy, here, quick one for you. How did you get into tunes and music?
And I suppose through older brothers, and I had two cousins living in Manchester that I was quite close to, and I used to go over and stay with. And roller skating at a young age, and going to local discos at a young age, and that sort of thing. And I was always quite into it. My three older brothers, and they were two collected more avidly than, I won't say which one. He'd play and kill me. But and through their record collections and that sort of thing, I'm going over to Manchester quite a bit to stay in my aunties.
Yeah, your family there.
Yeah, and then I was in London at a young age as well, and like hip hop. I was into hip hop from a young age, break dancing as well, graffiti and that sort of thing. And I suppose it was a natural progression, which I never planned out.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things.
Just loved it.
Yeah, it's like watching people enjoy themselves. What's not to love?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and then being able to create that.
Yeah, being a part of it, but being lucky enough that they listen to you as such.
Yeah.
That they wanted. I suppose I never tried to not be somebody on the dance floor, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Still want to.
That was going to be true to yourself and your own kind of music taste styles.
Yeah,
what it was.
but also, like, I suppose early days you can be quite involved in creating your own sound and style and stuff like that. And as you get older, like everything changes. The more you get into music, the more backward and the more forward you go. So your style changes, and you see different things, and you create different things, and you see different dance floors, and people are into different things as time progresses. Like, so things change like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you were in kind of Dublin in the 90s. You know, when Sides would have been like one of the first clubs, would it?
Yeah, Sides. Well, there was the likes of Flickers, which I was never at beforehand.
Yeah.
And there would have been Sides and McGonagall's and places like that, and then progressed on to Tim Pan Alley. There was even one night downstairs in the Pembroke. It was all sorts of. It was at a time when Dublin was changing, and it was still closing hours at 11 for bars.
Yeah.
So all nightclubs are like, people just left pubs and went down to.
And nightclubs would have stayed up until 2:30 or 3, would they?
3. Well, I originally started, the first time I DJ'd was in Leeson Street, believe it or not. Like,
was it? In one of those clubs?
Yeah. One of them.
Legs or something like that?
Oh, Sticks.
Sticks?
Yeah.
No way.
STYX, like the river.
The bottles of wine?
Yeah, bottles of wine. And they stayed open to 5 o'clock.
Yeah, they stayed open until 7.
And like, they would buy the records would be there. They would buy records and you played them. Like, even I was doing slow sets.
Are you serious? Yeah. Bring back the slow sets, by the way. I think.
You know what? Yeah, I saw it. Like, I don't know if it's age or just I love that sort of music. Yeah, so I sort of.
Yeah.
But like, it also brings back memories of waiting for 3 weeks to go and ask the board up the dance, and then someone walks in front of you. And or also getting the no.
Yeah.
Jog
on, fella. Yeah.
Get the bow.
Yeah.
Going home.
I mean, the first time I actually, before I knew you, the first time I saw you was in Temple of Sound.
Oh, right, yeah.
Temple of Sound, Hugh, Liam Dollard,
Yeah, myself and Johnny were the residents on Fridays.
Johnny
and
Moy.
Johnny, Liam played.
Yeah.
Stan played. Mark Dixon played. But yeah, it was.
Warren K.
It was wild time. Like the guy who owned it would have had originally a lot of pubs around Dublin, and he knew me from them. But pubs and nightclubs, like he owned a Harp and Bennigan's, and there was Bandini and Shaw's, I think it was, he had as well, which is now where Coss is, and Mary's Bar. But it was this was in the 80s, late 80s. There was a place, you went in, there was a balcony around the place, there was tables everywhere, but the tables had numbers on them, and there was phones on all the tables.
No way,
you could pick up a phone and talk to people.
Deadly.
But we were in messages, just ringing people up and starting rows.
And it was like that in the beginning, was it?
Well, this is
That's when
before.
he took it over.
Yeah. No, he would have come up with that sort of thing, and then he had rumours as well and Magnums. Him and another guy, Tommy, who was there, and Tommy went on to own the system. And he I think he had a place out in from Wicklow, past Parade there, Greystones. But yeah, him and his son ran the system, and they used to a few great gigs there as well. I did played with.
Yeah, the system of the sound system that was kind of
it was a great system,
pioneering kind of in Dublin at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and they used to get to go an hour later for some reason, didn't they? Or they just pushed it?
Well, they just pushed it. Like in the temple, it was Jerry was his name. And when I first went into the place, he took me in, and it was a hotel bar, and then doors open and went in, and then it was down 2 levels as well. I was like, just a bit weird. But then when it opened up, like thinking back on it, I would probably to design a nightclub like that, because you had people right beside you, but then you had people down below as well.
Yeah,
and
there was 2 dance floors.
There was one,
there was a stage around it. Yeah,
and you could interact with everybody, but also see down into this cavernous. Like if you could see through the sweat, you could see down into it a bit. But size was great as well. Look at the raised. No, not that I'm always into being raised. I'd rather people look the other way and just let me get on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But size had a raised DJ box as well. And then a little bit of a sunken dance floor. But yeah, that was the beginning of what we now call the club scene in Dublin, I suppose. But McGonagall's was there as well. Like there's a load of men's. Flickers was there. I was never in. That was in the Hirschfield Centre, which burned down. And Tony Walt still has the decks, however, even after the fire.
No idea.
He did a one-man show a couple of years ago, and he used the decks as part of it. Like and they still work.
Oh, I fuck off.
Yeah,
deadly job. Yeah, I was never inside.
Oh wait, yeah.
I was a bit too young. I was Temple of Sound, Ormond Multimedia Centre.
Yeah, and there was the big clubs which Johnny used to do, Johnny and Potter. There was a few of them around, and one of them was in Timpanally. That's where Jerry got to know us. Like Timpanally was part of the Harp.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was ones that we did down in the waterfront, John Rogerson's Quay.
Yeah. What was the name of that club there? Was it there was a place beginning with W. What was that one called?
The waterfront.
It was the waterfront, was it? Yeah.
That's a W.
Oh, I know it's a W. I thought it was something else, man. I can't remember. I don't know. The 90s, yeah. I was too young to remember then, I think, you know. Yeah. And come here, what do you think's the difference with, like, say, the club scene then and what Dublin is like now?
Well, bars, everything changes, like, and I'm not one for sort of golden age thinking everything was back there. It was much better back in the day. A lot of people who say that don't really go out now as such, you know what I mean? So that's what their basis was. And is it a form of gatekeeping? I don't know, but it's just their memories. And
you romanticise it a bit, don't you, as well?
Yeah, but the thing is, it was quite, if romantic is the word for it, was an unbelievable time, like, where you'd meet everybody on dance floors, like from every part of the city and every walk of life, and people just got on, you know. But the difference, I suppose, is what had happened in the early 2000s when super pubs opened up, and you know, you could also see that a few other agencies had realised what was going on in the underground, and house music was so slowly starting to creep into different parts of
mainstream.
Like, you're getting into a lift in a hotel lobby and there's house music playing, that sort of thing, but it became sort of ubiquitous. But I think super pubs, they would have, Irish people are Irish people. We like to just, we're in a pub, we'll stay in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you go down to a club, 20 more tunes. Like,
Yeah.
why'd you come down early?
Yeah. And then
That's just, that's not a slight. That's just who we are.
Yeah.
We just like sitting around and
getting
having a bit
comfortable.
of crack. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even hard to move people nowadays. We were talking about that earlier. Is people are not going to go out now and have to leave at 12:30, 1 o'clock and go somewhere else.
Yeah,
they'll go to the somewhere else.
Yeah, they'll go to the somewhere else first.
And get in there and get comfortable and stay.
I was saying that there are pockets of places that have etched out their own sort of crowd and community, and they do go to them religiously to 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock type thing, because the youth will always find a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you take everything away from them, they'll still go away and find it. They get it back.
Which place are you thinking of now?
And we're talking about the likes of Fidelity and the Big Romance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, people, they do close at 1, and the unfortunate Love Tempo, like, which they're rebuilding it now at the moment, like, they do close at 1 and people do go earlier. And, some people,
they have a real loyal following.
But that's what I mean, though. Yeah, they're community. Some people possibly prefer that.
Yeah,
getting home a bit earlier, away from the
you're only getting going at that time.
There's no way I'm going home before the sun comes up. But and it's not a boast. I suppose it can be quite detrimental as well. During the summer, you come out places at 5 in the morning. You're like, oh, jeez, you can hear it. And blackboard outside might go, shut up, you. if I can hear it going up the lane, I know it's bright. I'm like trying to walk with my eyes closed going home. Yeah. But yeah.
And come here, how did you end up going from, say, fucking behind the decks to the kitchen?
How
did that happen?
A friend of mine
into cooking?
You know what? I sort of was because of travelling as well and food. And I started getting into it. It was just something that, if I'm being honest, I always wanted, because you'd watch these things on TV and everyone sitting around like happy families, big table, talking, and food was the centre part of it. Whereas food was quick and we're sour. Whereas you just got food robbed off your plate.
Yeah.
Three older brothers. Let's get a pair of shooters for me plate. That sort of thing. But and I suppose it was just something I found myself interested in.
Like, did you cook growing up? Did you cook with your mum?
No, not really. It was only when I moved out. But I was still getting into it when I was at home. I remember cooking a few things at home, but it was only when I was moving out. When I moved out, and like I was in the apartment in Angel Street, and the lads used to call it Billy's Baldy House because he was always up there making curries. And
where was the first place you worked in?
First place I worked in was a place called Gruel. There was a friend of mine who a friend of mine, Ben, who owned the Mermaid in Gruel, and we used to talk about food a lot, and like he kept saying to me, "Why don't you come and work?" And I was still playing a lot, and it was like, I kept telling myself, if I do this for a living, I probably won't like it.
Right.
But then I just phoned up one day and said, right, and he started laughing, really. I'm like, yeah. And it went on from that. I worked there for a good few years. I made chef there for a few years.
Yeah, I have another mate worked there, John Keelan.
Yeah, I know John. Yeah. She used to work with John.
John worked in there. He wet his teeth, I think, in the commercial kitchen in there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He came in, and I was the one that got him. I was his chef at the time.
Well, yeah, you were the head chef, because I remember, because he was doing the door in fucking...
The Parliament or
what's it called? The George.
Yeah, the George. And that's, so we all
be... It was across the way.
I used to... Unfortunately, his place closed down there a while ago. All my friends, I used to play for John and all my friends. Yeah, John's a good lad. He's now mate as well. He worked there. Quite a few people worked there through the doors. Like, Gruel itself was...
It was a lovely concept, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a great, like, a roast dinner and a sandwich, a different one every day of the week. But also, it had a great community. It was, I suppose, what could be... I used to see it as a modern-day version of the Coffee Inn, which was on South Ann Street. And I think I had coffee there a couple of times. Or tea. I wouldn't have even been drinking coffee at the time. That's how young I was. But I always remember people telling me stories about it. And you could go down, and spaghetti bolognese was a big thing, and if you didn't have money, you could just tell them you could do the dishes.
Oh, are you serious? Yeah. She let you in and wash it up.
That sort of hangout. I think people used to go there to score newspapers and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spare newspapers with purple homes on them.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that place was like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was community even back then. That's what, late 80s, early 90s?
Well, there's later. Yeah. Well, there would have been. Yeah, McGonagall's would have been early, and Sides would have been before we all got there and took it over as what it became. Sides would have been like that as well, a dancing like an underground sort of 80s, like a very broad interpretation of what you would call disco. Like if you listen to what was played in nightclubs in New York, it's not what people would class as. Well, I don't think it's what a lot of people would class as disco. Yeah, but that's what they were playing there in Sides at the time, you know. And yeah, that was around then. But then Grill was like, I remember putting up one April Fool's Day, putting a sign on the door. No out of work actors, no architects, no reporters from the Independent or the Irish Times, no undercover cops, no tourists. Please have the correct change. People just regulars just walking up and laughing. Just open the door, yeah, that sort of thing coming in because it sort of identified the clientele that ate there as such. Yeah. And it was very, very just homely and you know, it had a good rep.
But it was community then, and that was like community. This is something we talked about here before. Community's all on kind of fucking trend now. Everyone's going to talking about community and building community, and that was kind of one of the original.
Yeah, well, the thing is that like the coffee inn, you go back to places such as that, and then Cafe Bar Deli had it like that was in where Yamamori is, where Izakaya is now. That's right. Yeah, that had a good. There were places where you could go for your tea as such. Yeah, and like not necessarily be having a.
Fancy dinner.
Napkins and stemware. You know, it was where people went for a decent bit of food that wasn't going to break the bank, which is harder to do now, I suppose, because of the price of a square metre in the city. You know, it just squeezed and squeezed. It's hard. It's harder to be able to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and what you call it was like that as well. What's the one in Montague Lane? There was two there, Jerry's, and they were like that very much so during the day. And there still is a cafe up there.
A bit like a Greasy Spoon you get over in London kind of thing, you know, isn't it?
There is a Greasy Spoon there, still there on Wexford Street called Cafe Sophia.
That's right,
and so you get a cup of tea and two custard creams at the end of it.
Deadly, yeah. He's got the big pot made, isn't he? And he pours it out of that. Just keeps adding water in the tea bags.
But like, and then you have places now like Assassination Custard, which is quite like that now. Unbelievable food, like. But they have a great clientele, great following. That is quite of that ilk, if you know what I mean. Nothing too shishi, but except the food. The food is spectacular, you know.
It's top notch.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a lot of that can now because so much for the social media?
Yeah.
And having your social media game sharp like they do.
Yeah.
Do you know where that's kind of become almost like? Yeah. There it is. That's a shop front in a way now.
There's also some people who, don't have it too sharp, but that's what the draw is as well, if you know what I mean. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not the hit of the month type thing. It's just like, this is great. Chubby's is another one that's like that. Barry's just opened the place. Their social media game is on the money, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's great, as is the food and the restaurant. The restaurant is stunning.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of like now, I was talking to Mark and Connor about the number of different hats you have to wear now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, producing good food and having good service in a nice place is not enough.
No, but that's the word, like, and then the thing, you just use the word service there. It's hospitality. Service is, as we know, giving people great food, serving them properly, make sure napkins are done, stuff like that. Hospitality is how you make them feel while you're doing that. And there is a difference, like. And that's where communities come into it, you know. Yeah. And it was like that down in Coppinger Road, which I was there for years. Yeah. You know, and if people believe that you believe in them, I think they spend money with you. If they see you caring about their patronage, I think think that goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Recognising people, knowing what they're like. Yeah. Even if you see it, like you'd see a family coming in, do you want me just to feed the kids now? And they go like that, thank you. And then they can relax. Yeah. It's little things like that you pick up over the years. Another, like, I'm sure you're going to have him on this. Kieran McGonigal was really good at that. And my brother-in-law, Darren, who worked in...
Darren Thompson.
Yeah, Darren, yeah. He's like open to wine bars. Coopers, and they're doing great.
Clontarf and
Darren's a master. Like,
I only messaged Darren this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, about coming on. Yeah, he's brilliant.
He probably said, I'm not doing it, he's doing it.
I don't know, I haven't even checked if he's come back to me.
You
Darren, did you hear that? No, we didn't set that up.
Coopers wine bar.
Yeah.
Make sure you go there.
That's it, yeah.
Ask for Billy. They'll put 20% on your bill. But yeah, they were master. And Mark and Connor are great at that as well. But that's what sets a good restaurant apart, a great restaurant apart from a good restaurant, is making people feel that you're glad that they came, I think. You know?
And also, making them, as you said, familiar with them, you know them a little bit. And that makes them comfortable.
Even if somebody drinks a certain wine and you just say you want a usual
glass means
of wine.
It's massive, yeah.
It means somebody's gone to the trouble actually caring enough to recognise it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that sets places apart.
Yeah, and when people dollar is tight for people now, you choose where you're spending your dollar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So somewhere where they know you and you get a little touches like that.
Yeah, and so but if you go somewhere and someone's just nonchalant or antsy or just there, they're just like, nah, sorry.
Yeah.
They're not having that.
Yeah. Did you ever...
No.
I remember you working... Jerry, yeah? No. But I remember you working in Coventry, which had the open kitchen.
Yeah.
And I used to always love there'd be comments coming back and forward, right? Bit of banter.
Yeah. Myself and Ollie would always be having a go at each other.
And you'd be looking at, say, some of the regulars that would come and you'd be looking at us going, oh no, this fucker, you know what I mean?
You'd know straight away, right, I know what these are going to have.
Yeah.
One of the things, if you were very full, they used to sit people at the counter and you'd see they were a little bit, I suppose, unenamoured by, like, I wanted a table, but then we'd be giving them bits to eat.
Yeah.
They'd try this, and then they'd hear.
Yeah.
Like, either myself and Ollie sort of ribbing each other or just like having the crack while walking.
Yeah.
And open kitchens are great because it adds theatre. It adds another dimension that, and I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but I think people might trust it more food wise because you can see that there's no
110%, of course they can. And it kind of keeps you honest in the kitchen. You keep everything tight and tidy.
It should be anyway, if you know what I mean.
I agree, it should be anyway. But there is times when when it's busy. And you just wouldn't. But it does. It's great because it gives the confidence in the.
Yeah, but a lot of people like to see what goes on in getting food onto the plate. Like a lot of people want to see that. And they want to see. You're having a nervous breakdown nearly. The dockets are coming in. It's just looking around going... Do
you ever think of doing the front of the house bit?
No.
That's what I was going to ask.
I'd end up sitting down with people and drinking the wine. I'll have a sup of that. There was somebody who was very famous for that, like, what you call it? My mother-in-law told me about once and I couldn't stop laughing. He said, he used to come out with the kids, just sit down and talk to people, stay apart, and have a glass of wine. Around every table doing it. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, but you would. I mean, you used to come out to us and Nolly would as well, which was always good. And that was part of it. And especially if you were in with someone who didn't know.
Yeah.
So if I went in there with someone who was over from, I don't know, wherever, London or something like that, and I go in there, it makes me feel a bit, more
But there was
special.
always, especially when Fetty was there was always banter across, like, to the bar and the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then, like, if both sides knew, everybody would be like, oh.
Yeah.
Especially Fetty.
And that, Fetty was magic at that.
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's great.
Brilliant at that. And that actually, that then comes to another point, which is about having a happy crew.
Yeah.
And
no, it's never always going to be.
No, it's not. It's not fucking, peaches and cream all the time.
Yeah.
But when it's busy and people are, happy, they kind of, they button down and they just get stuck in, when the shit hits the fan, everyone digs out. And as a customer, you kind of feel that.
Yeah.
When it's the other way and you go into somewhere and people are beheading them like a box of frogs, the staff, and they're not happy.
Or if you can't see stuff and it, like, say, why the likes of Uber Walks, they say, I can't remember your man's name, whose podcast I look at, whose thing I watch now and again. He's a business advisor. If you can see the taxi coming, if you're sitting there waiting on food and it's not an open kitchen and you can't see, you don't know whether they're sitting downstairs playing, like, with Super Mario, or else they're getting your food ready. And what they're doing with it, like, are they feeding them away? No, I'm not saying people do that in kitchens, like, but
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What my point is, if you can see food being made and everybody going at a hammer and tongs, and there is a bit of a delay, you're more okay with it.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. I know what you mean. You can see them in there getting the sweat on.
Yeah.
They're doing their best, basically.
Yeah. And all they're playing is under the counter, they're playing drafts.
Yeah. I'm going to go in there, you know? What's your thoughts on Uber and Just Eat and all that kind of stuff for what it's going to do, to hospitality, to food, to restaurants?
Well, Uber food, yeah. I thought you meant taxis. Like, it's going to bring people to restaurants. You know what I mean? Hopefully.
Uber food, the Just Eats thing. That model, like the people nowadays eat more at home. Takeaway food at home.
I know. Well, then a lot of businesses set up with that model in mind. If you know what I mean.
Like these black kitchens.
Kitchens. That's what. Yeah, there are a lot of.
All these.
I've seen a few around, and I remember saying I've never seen anybody eating there, and then I realised there was just loads of deliveries outside it. But then, like anything, you'll have an abuse of that as well. There was one guy nicked cooking out of a bed sitting. Well, I don't know if bed sit's still around. In Santry somewhere, and like he's doing sushi and stuff like that. And the DHL called out and like, what?
What's going on?
You know what I mean? Because they can't see. You can just set up a profile online. But yeah, like if that's people are going to choose whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To eat.
And if they want fast and convenient and you know, quick.
Yeah.
And is that similarly a little bit more around how we judge? Yeah, well, there's a profile set up. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Do you know? Is that kind of mask?
I'm lucky enough. Like I live in an area where there's loads of great restaurants. So don't use that. They can just jump the bike and cycle down, or else just go in. Or I just cook at home, which is a fair bit as well. But it's I don't think this. Do I have any thoughts of it? Not really. It's just part of the game now.
Yeah,
it's a part of the game.
Yeah. And what do you think? Like with obviously with the COVID thing and a big change in hospitality and all that stuff, like where you see now happening, like in restaurants and hospitality, margins are tighter.
Margins are tighter and tighter. Like it's just going like when you set up a restaurant, you have a plan, and after your first 5 years, your rent goes up, so you have to tighten the screws on that. You know, then it goes up again. You have to tighten the screws on that again. So it doesn't make it easy. Like look at Yamamori there, just had a 30 years
birthday.
Yeah. How many? There are a few other restaurants, but how many can you count? Because it's a struggle, you know. It is, and a lot of people who get into it, like, and it's if you've never worked in restaurants, don't know, open them. A lot of people who get into it don't realise how much of a struggle it is.
Yeah.
Fail, but even ones who know what they're doing, margins are so tight now that they're finding it hard. They're shuttering businesses because a lot of people have just become VAT banks for the government.
Yeah,
you know, and you're having to put up the price of everything on the plate, and like people, the cost of sitting down to eat is cost a lot more now because of absolutely everything. Price of veg, price of meat, and it's going to become an ultimate. It's going to become a
luxury
treat, a luxury
thing.
Thing to people to eat out in a certain way, which is why I think in our country, especially, the whole middle ground is a bit. I wouldn't say non-existent, but it's harder to do it because you do need proper chefs to do it. But then you're not charging higher end prices to do it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then you can do. People still want the. It's like even in the other service industries, the clothing, another service industries like the clothing industry. People still want to buy nice things, but they'll buy the smaller nice thing.
Yeah.
The smaller branded thing. If they want to buy they won't necessarily buy a Gucci handbag, but they'll buy a Gucci wallet or something like that.
Right.
So I think people will still want to eat out. But the eating out in certain types of places will become more of a treat, and like you say, more of a luxury, less frequent. Yeah.
Once a month as opposed to once a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if you take
some now, there are people who there'll always be people who will be able to, you know, but
there's less and less of them, or that's the smaller percentage of people. It used to be more. You know?
Well, it's the 1%, as they say.
Yeah, the 1%, but they can do whatever.
Yeah.
But even of the rest, you know.
So some got near the 5% even.
Yeah.
And
But
And they're probably getting squeezed, you know.
do you see in town now, like, places are less busy midweek than it would have been?
Yeah, you do see that.
10 years ago, do you know?
The other thing, excuse me.
Sorry, I
You
fed
do see
too
that.
much earlier, Billy, didn't I?
Well, yeah.
I fed you too much earlier.
No, it wasn't it's the point of Guinness. You do notice, lunch trade especially, you see less out, because less people working.
Yeah.
And then there is, I think, a bit of a phenomenon that because people are doing 3-day weeks, Thursdays now they're Friday night out with staff, with other members of with their colleagues, like. So you will be now Friday nights are still busier, but you have had a bit of more of an uptake on Thursdays. I think because of that.
Yeah, it has been, especially with office crowd, because they don't do Fridays.
Yeah,
they work from home on Fridays.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though, yeah. So Thursdays they'll go out with their colleagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there are. You go into town is busy, but. Yeah, like pubs and stuff, yeah, of course, it's going to still be as busy. There are various restaurants and you have to be doing pretty well, and some of them are doing great. They are quite busy, you know. But lunches, are definite, because most places used to be ran for lunches most of the time.
It used to be, but lunches now is a bit of a lost leader. You know, it's nearly like you have the chefs are in preparing for
I know,
a la carte, the evening food.
Yeah.
You know, so you'd have them in there prepping and doing that kind of stuff. And, you know, the lights are on, you know, the heating is on anyway.
Yeah,
so you'll open for it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I still think, like, if you can do a good lunch and you can get out fast and it's not too expensive, people will put their faith in you, you know.
Yeah, true that. And do you often find yourself drawing parallels between DJing and kitchen? Do you know, like, as in, you know, the pressure you can be under on the decks, you know.
Yeah, but if you do get to see people eating, if you're walking in an open kitchen, you are watching them enjoy themselves. Yeah. And it is like the older I've gotten and the more DJing you do, is you realise, like, you are a part of the service industry as well. And some would say a part of how do I word this properly? Like the talk about mental health has been quite big and should be over the past few years, especially everything that's gone on. But there needs to be more spaces for people to go and hang out with each other and see each other and dance with each other. Yeah. But just now at the moment, there isn't really.
I don't think there connect. People will connect and have that human connection shit instead of being on the phone.
There was a documentary I watched a few years ago, Fran Lebowitz, and she was saying, you know, she was giving out to Bloomberg, I think he brought in the smoking ban in New York. And she was saying, what's 4 people sitting around drunk, smoking, 5 o'clock in the morning? Look, I don't know. It's the beginning of culture. It's where ideas come out. Yeah. And you sit and talk to people. Yeah. And you're a bit inebriated, you're a bit lost. Yeah. You're a bit, not lost, but, you know, you're lost in the moment. And you talk about stuff. And we used to do that and go, right, let's meet up during the week and do that. Yeah. And do that. So people, especially the youth, after everything they've gone through, now the youth will always find their own spaces, but need to take in account that is needed.
Yeah, and it's about being present with each other.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and just like how's it going, and empathy, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, like, and that's the whole. Like, licensing laws, we won't get into the whole debate type thing, but licensing laws do need to change. Like, we live in a modern society. You can't be telling people you need to be going home at 3 o'clock. What if you don't get up for work? That's none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It's like the Legion of Mary. Stop telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Like, you went to the pub all day.
Yeah.
If people want to go out and dance, let them dance. Yeah. Like, you hear this thing about traffic in cities and why can't we be like this city? Why can't we be like other cities when it comes to licensing? Yeah. And not everywhere is going to want it.
No, they all won't want to stay open. Some will. Do you think that will happen? They're talking about it for...
You know...
Helen McEntee.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm not being negative. It's realistic. What I've...
Because the publican lobby, because of the industry lobby? Yeah, because of the government or the people?
My thoughts on it are, it's become a sort of a tough battle for legal intoxicants. It's our ball, you're not playing with it. Because the youth are they're staying at home, having drinks at home because it's so expensive. Yeah. They go out a little bit later. You allow clubs to open later. They won't go into pubs a little bit later. So I'm sure the publicans are like, can't
you're
lose
killing
this.
Us here. Yeah,
you're killing us here. Yeah. But they had no problem opening later when they were allowed to open to 1 o'clock, which killed our industry for a few years. You know, and that's the sort of growth, and that's where I'm coming from. Somebody like was saying to me once, you need to be more positive. So I'm not being negative, I'm being realistic. But even positivity has a sell by day. Went down this 35 years, it's gone backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I just said, I was playing Leicester Street till 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we used to go down to the barge when there was a barge on the river.
Yeah.
And we'd have points on the barge, and then we'd leave the barge and we'd go to the bull ring in the market. And they'd have a cuddle on, and we'd have a cuddle and we'd sit there.
A few more scoops.
A few more scoops.
Yeah.
There was an elderly who used to sit in the corner with a bag of snuff and have a snuff every time before they eat a bit of cuddle.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing, you know, it's like, stop telling people that, waggity finger. Who's going to clean who cleans the streets now?
Yeah, the nanny state kind of thing.
Yeah,
Too
it's
much
like,
of this.
Yeah, you've had your fun.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all the kids with the great ideas will live.
Yeah, and they're like, fairness, kids are drinking less than we would have drank. That's a fact now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
of course, yeah.
They're going out, but they're not drinking like they were. They're not getting messy.
But like in clubs in London, say for instance, the ones that did stay open late on a Sunday night, which was very few, Trade was one of them, I think. But they stopped. Yeah, Tormills, yeah. Trade,
Fabric.
Fabric, but they stopped serving at a certain hour. But people stayed there.
Yeah, they stopped, Fabric stopped serving it.
It's not necessarily just about getting
was
more
open to
juice.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even 2, I think they might have stopped serving it. But yeah, there's that sort of model as well, which can be looked at.
Do you see many like Dublin, London
parallels?
Like, parallels, or even any other club in like. I don't really see. Okay, a beat is different.
Yeah, no, well, I do. Of course, I see a change, and it's just less clubs, if you know what I mean.
Have you been to the clubs in Dublin at the moment? What have we got? Index.
I haven't been to the new one now. You know what? Not as much as I used to, because I'm generally busy working. Yeah, or and when I'm not working, family man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it totally gets us, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. My knees can hear you. So that's standing up and not dancing.
What was your Billy? What was your? You know, if you're going to a desert island, right? That's it. You can only bring fucking 3 records, and you only bring.
No, that's yes.
Huh?
Candy Stanton, Young Hearts Run Free, definitely be one of them.
All right.
Yeah, but that changes every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder, Force Villainous, Force Finale, that album. And we don't have. There's too many.
Yeah. What about food?
What would I bring?
What about food? What if you were allowed to have one meal, one dish?
Snack box.
Would it be a snack box, would you? Yeah.
Dirty bastard. That or a spice bag, one or the other, yeah. Or else we'll go the other way.
Yeah.
Your most expensive dish, stuffed with your second most expensive dish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And tell me this, you were in Coppinger, right?
Yeah.
You were in there for a long time.
Yeah, it was about 9 years altogether, I think.
And what would made you stay there so long? Was it just back to that?
It was just, everybody was there a long time. The three of us, Nolan.
Ed.
Poor Ed. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we were there for a long time. Troy was in he was the one that brought us all there, Troy Maguire, who originally set up like Ullaton. And Troy's out and Chubby's now with Barry.
That's right, isn't he?
Yeah. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, he's doing well. I worked with Troy before. Troy, great head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Mulligatawny.
Yeah, he's, in fairness, he's a brilliant chef as well, you know.
Unbelievable chef, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Ullaton was an incredible concept, and it was something that he had in his head for a long time. And Declan believed in it and backed him with it. But I remember walking past when, like, in his first iteration, like before they moved into the next building, no bookings, and there'd be like politicians, everybody standing in the queue, you know.
Yeah, they were one of the first place to do that. It wasn't a walk-in only.
Yeah. There was no bookings, and it was like, I also remember you had Cravines on for the first week and sitting down to have them. It's like, yeah, these won't be staying in the menu. I know. Yeah, too much work.
Yeah.
I think it was to be a Kaufman recipe. But yeah. And
come here, if you were doing something, if you were going to be opening a new place now, or, you know, if you say, what kind of a concept would you go with, would you see working? You know, considering all the stuff we spoke about costs, difficulties and all that, you know, where do you see like the market going?
don't let me get my consultancy hat on now and charge you money.
Without giving too much away. I mean, as a whole, the kind of the industry, because it does. You said earlier, it always changes. It's constantly evolving.
Everything changes. It everything is constantly evolving. But one of the things that doesn't change is good, honest food. Like you will have some places that open up that a PowerPoint presentation of whatever the concept is, and that's what they stick to, and that's. But like that works as well for groups who are doing stuff who, because everything can be so expensive, But look at Manny Pizza. Look at his Kieran's great concept.
Yeah,
incredible concept.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What would I do? I have always thought I'd like to do like walk rule was in the evening, like various, not necessarily a set type of cuisine, but just good, honest sort of
and small, limited.
Yeah. Well, not too small, not too big.
Yeah,
and change it constantly though.
Yeah,
change it every 2 weeks.
A bit like Variety Jones. Isn't that place does it where you have the menu? Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah,
and they change it, I think, every month.
Do they? Yeah. No, that'd be a much higher concept than I would. And then, sorry, you think about we do a family place, and then nah, you have to be dealing with people.
A family place?
Yeah,
like it's kids having a place like that?
Yeah, but you'd need a big place for that sort of thing to do it properly.
Yeah.
If you're doing a small place, which I suppose every chef would think of doing, that wouldn't really work because of half portions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you look at your man talking about big places opening, family places? You made me think about, what's his name? Jeremy Clarkson, the farm. Did you look at that? No, you didn't see he opened up a gastro pub over there, but
pub that serves food, not gastro and varieties.
Yeah, pub that serves food. Yeah, I love the gastro pub term. I hate that.
Yeah, I know. It's just like
it's a bit pretentious, isn't it?
Yeah,
spit up your own arse. You can edit itself.
Yeah.
Pub that does good food. But he came up. His concept was to try and do only British food. Like all the product was British. Right?
That's fair enough.
So trying to do farm to fork stuff properly,
Yeah. That's the people are doing that here as well.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Except the fact that we don't have a climate for certain things.
Yeah.
And it can be quite limiting. But there are great, it's unbelievable food producers here, we all know doing what they are, but then you wouldn't be able to use olive oil. If you know what I mean. Is any sunflower oil made here?
Black pepper.
There you go. So that's the thing. I get it.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some things where
you're going to have to bend it,
yeah.
Otherwise it's going to be a very bland menu.
Bland, not so much, but repetitive, yeah. It'd be good food, but it'd be quite full on,
staunch.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, you wouldn't have tomatoes, but then the likes of Jenny McNally, who's not too far from here, she grows incredible tomatoes. Like McNally Farms, is like their produce is unbelievable. But if you were to do that, then you would be holding to one or two people that can only do tomatoes.
Yeah,
at a certain time.
Yeah, and
the seasons are like they can. I think they might have moved a bit here as well. Just gone on, like you'll have winter encroaching on that bit further.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't get much of a summer. Like we had a great summer this year. It's the best one I can remember in years. But
it was super good, really dry.
They're saying it's the best one since 1994. Vaguely remember that one.
94.
Yeah. I do remember coming out, where we came out somewhere and we wanted to stay out because we were having the crack, so we got the boat over the Holyhead.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got that disco bar in the boat. It was funny.
That's when you used to go on the booze cruise. You just go to get to buy, yeah.
And then came back and just went back into town. So there's no hair open at that hour in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it, yeah, it was a great summer this year, but sometimes you can't be beholden to bad weather here, so a lot of farmers were saying it was too good and they couldn't get various crops down.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
So it's a great idea. It is. I think everybody should be doing as much as they can to do food from here.
Yeah,
but like anything, everything good stuff costs money.
Yeah, and regarding a good summer, because you play a lot of festivals.
No, the only one I did was the picnic.
Yeah, you used to play a lot of them. You just done picnic this year.
Yeah, I was not even to like the picnic was the one I generally do. Jellyfish's stage. And it was really great this year, actually. Myself and Kellyanne usually finish it up.
Byrne.
Well, Kellyanne,
She's deadly, yeah.
We were doing that, and I went down, I brought my nephews down and stuff like that, and get tickets for other people.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's just a bit of crack. For the first year, it has become huge. And if you still start going on about that, it's not the same as the picnic back in the day. Nothing is the same. Today isn't the same as yesterday. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially the picnic back in the day was what, 92 or 93?
No, it was a little bit after that.
Was
I think.
it?
Yeah, because I remember the first two.
It was a one-day gig, the first one.
Yeah, one day gig, yeah.
Probably 20 years ago, I suppose. Yeah, 24.
So, and then what you caught, and the thing was...
John Reynolds.
26 years the other day. The first Homelands. Yeah, 26 years ago.
Was that down here in Musney?
Yeah.
Was it down here in Musney?
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was wild.
Were you playing at that?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
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 That was when a lot of DJs came over from the UK, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we had Johnny was doing Influx at the time and brought over a lot of people. And there's a lot of people that we had already played the Temple of Sound and stuff like that, you know. So, like, the wall in there, I just had a litany of incredible.
The wall
DJs.
in Temple of Sound?
Yeah.
That was found recently, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's still there.
Does it mean
They said, like, I know one of the guys was working for the builder and they said they were going to build over it and preserve it and stuff like that. And I'm like, really?
Cover it.
Just cover it with glass so people could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my mind on that night. Lost my mind on that night.
Lost me trainers and that night.
Yeah,
no,
there was one night I was... no.
Tell us, no, I want to hear, like, an iconic... When a night you remember, not an iconic, just a good night like that.
I did wake up one morning and there was a load of feet and I knew it was under the table and I got up and there was a family having breakfast. And he sat down beside them. I was like... And her husband was in stitches. And Charlie, the manager at the time, was walking past the two places and went, "Oh, Jesus Christ." And then I could say the owner, "Get out here, you." Where he is, it's under that table. And her husband was in knots. It must have been a good night. He came here on Friday, pal. Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, like, do you think you get away with that nowadays? No. I don't know.
I won't be throwing it.
No, we won't be.
I won't be throwing it at all.
Yeah.
But we did. Like, I remember at the time, well, I was just about finishing up. The guys, I climbed up the power of the Mitsubishi flag, and bouncers are trying to get him down. Just like about 5,000-6,000 people in the tent, going bananas.
Yeah,
it was wild. And we were staying in chalets, and I was like, I just couldn't stop laughing because I used to go down there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And stay. I remember going down for, was it 2 weeks one time?
Yeah, that's what they used to have the service the XY.
I got stung by a bee the first day. I had my head in a bin eating someone's throwing away candy floss. A bloody bee stung me.
Well, I done luggage boy down there.
Did you?
Saturdays.
People had luggage back then.
Do you know how people had luggage? I used to do it just for tips. Imagine trying to get tips down there.
Oh, yeah.
I was 12, trying to get tips down there, like
Huckleberry Finn, and jocks on the stick. But Lowry's Bar, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the see-through swimming pool.
Yeah. You know the fella that bought that? You know the story about what happened there with that? It was bought by the guy McCluskey. I think his name is Phelan McCluskey. And McCluskey family had Boyne Valley Honey and Boyne Valley Foods. Right? Really good business people. You know, Water Wipes is another one. One of the sons. Yeah. Bought it for, let's say, 1.2 million in the 80s. I can't remember, right? But there's a church with it. There's a church on the grounds. And it's somebody in looking at, I don't know, it was a praise and stuff. And your man said, this picture here, turns out it was one of the masters. It was done by one of the Renaissance picture.
Oh, really?
And the picture was worth 1.4 million.
So we got it for free?
Got it for free. Train station, the beach. You know, because that has its own train station with it.
I know, yeah.
You know?
And here wouldn't even...
I don't think you're going to find one in here, Bill. Sorry about that, you know?
Yeah. That's where we used to get the train to it.
Yeah, you get the train
on the
down.
bumpers.
Yeah.
And the paddling pond, I'd say, it was dysentery in that. It was manky.
Yeah, the slots, all that stuff there. Yeah. It was, I've done a couple of Saturdays in my summer and then trying to get tips down there. You forget about it. We used to get fed. That's what we used to get fed. And I used to have the trolley, like the truck.
Yeah.
Do you choose for the stock and things like that? And you used to be doing that with it. And it was
not a chance.
That's how we used to get. It was fed, and that was our monies, you know.
Yeah, that was our tips.
And come here, if you're going out in town at the moment, if you're going out, good nights. Where would you say now? Because there is good nights going on in town and in different bars.
There are.
And stuff.
Yeah, like a pawn shop, Fidelity.
Yeah, you play a bit with
I
shop,
play in Row, which is wine bar. Excuse me. Unfortunately, there was a fire in Love Tempo.
Love Tempo was a great spot. Yeah.
Yeah. The Big Romance, places like that. But then, like, if you want to go, just Index for bigger nights. And
but clubs wise, that's all there really is now is Index. Have you been in the RDS for that new? What's that?
No, I haven't been.
I haven't been there yet. No. What's that? It doesn't open all the time, does it?
Still got,
I heard they spent big dollar.
Yeah, I don't know what the story was.
But do they bring the gear in and out? Because I heard
I think so. Yeah,
is it the PA and all that's brought in and out? Is it?
As far as I know.
Right, so it's probably
But I saw the first one that happened. As Hang Doy as well. Actually, Hang Doy's
actually, yeah. You and Johnny played there a little while ago.
No, myself and Liam.
Liam, sorry.
And Pat Hoyland, yeah. It was a bit...
That's a serious sense, isn't
no,
it?
that's Toby Hatchet system, yeah. Toby's done system there, system in Outplace, Rob Woods.
He done Road, didn't he? And he done Chemical.
And Fidelity, Big Romance.
Big Romance,
yeah.
Yeah. They were Function 1 would be, I think that Function 1 was in the RDS.
Oh, was it, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it was an Void. It was not Ed Rice. I was a Function 1.
Oh, I think you could be right. I think it could be actually Ed Rice, was it? Yeah.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, no, the lineups look huge and stuff like that, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that.
Come here, if somebody met you now, do you describe yourself as a DJ or a chef? Or a chef that DJs or a DJ that chefs?
A DJ that chefs occasionally.
DJ that chefs occasionally. Yeah.
You're
at home and you're cooking for Tracy. What's your go-to dish? What do you like to cook?
In the gaff?
Yeah, in the gaff.
Well, Mabel's doing a bit of cooking now.
She's cooking with you now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's working on a carbonara now at the moment. So, yeah, that'd be the one to go to at the moment. She sent me a photo. I wasn't there. I was working the other night at the Yamamori party. She sent me a photograph of carbonara. It was great.
Right.
Yeah, but that'd be the one. Or, you know what? Just a classic roast dish, like roast lamb. You know, and all the trimmings. Yeah,
that's a kick though, isn't it? Is being able to do something like that with your child.
Yeah,
and being able to pass that on a bit.
It is. I've also had our mates come over and do sort of bit of cooking with them just for the crack.
Yeah.
But it's important as well to give them the ability to be able to look after themselves when you're not there.
Yeah, life skills. Yeah.
I'm away at a minute. Whack up a carbonara there yourself. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. But she loves it as well. And Tracy bakes a lot, so Mabel bakes a lot with Tracy as well. They do great cookies and great cakes.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately, they're too great because...
You enjoy them, do you?
Yeah, I keep eating all the bleedings.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
And come here, how many nights a week would you be DJing at the moment, Bill? You DJ a lot, don't you? We're just in Manchester.
I maybe 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as much as you've been doing it for a long time, you can still knock the stuff in out, if you know what I mean. Just being out and about for those hours, and then you're trying to catch up on it the next day. But in saying that, I'm not going to sit here like I'm whinging about it. It's been an unbelievable privilege to be able to be doing it for this long.
Yeah, when did you realise you can make a career out of this?
I'm still thinking about it.
Still making your mind up.
Yeah. Well, I go with this full time now, but it has been a privilege that people have still watching people enjoy themselves is a huge part of standing and that's sometimes you kind of think and then realise this is a great
it's a privilege to be able to actually be part of somebody's, because you just done Luke's wedding, and that's something where Luke Unibomber is saying here, Billy, come over, you're part of the celebration, aren't you?
And
he's a mate as well of yours,
he's a good, he's playing in Fidelity in a couple of weeks. He is a good he's an old pal, and we've been DJing together.
You're always pretty modest about your music connection, in fairness. I love that about you, Billy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you are. You never make a big deal about it. Like James Murphy always gets you to play when LCD are playing. Do you know what I mean?
Again,
and there's other ones like that I don't want to be name dropping on you too much or giving away too much. But is that not like something massive where you think, fucking hell, that's... Like, do you ever sit with yourself and go, do you know what?
I suppose I come from a place where, like, you don't go on about it. It's what you do.
Yeah, but do you appreciate yourself for that? Do you have your times where you go, do you know what? This is something to be proud of.
Yes, that's what I mean.
You don't have a big head. You're not a big ego.
Don't say the size of me hat.
You know, your ego doesn't walk in the door before you do. Do you know what I mean? You're not a dick about shit.
Other
stuff you can be a dick about.
Might say that. Might say different. Well, but that's my point. It's been, I don't, because I've been lucky enough to play with a lot of the people that, and become friends with a lot of the people that I regard as being, like, idols is the wrong word, but people who've made me sort of
looked up there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, and that's been a big part of it as well. So even from a young part of my career, it's always been like that. And I suppose I don't take it for granted, but it is what it is. I don't like going around. Yeah,
you're like a pretty humble guy about the whole thing. I think that's pretty cool. Right, in fairness, you know.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
no.
Sitting back at parties, giving it all that.
No, yeah.
How's that on the phone? But and that's the thing. You've just been lucky enough to become friends with people. I'm privileged enough to become friends with people.
Yeah. Would you, if you were to describe, I remember the 90s, like yourself, kind of the dance scene when it was starting off in Ireland, and it was something great to be kind of at that view and that, you know, part of it. If you were going to describe that like a dish, what would you describe it like? Here's a tough one for you.
That is a tough one there. Bouillabaisse.
Tabbouleh.
No, bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse. Yeah, okay, right.
Like it's been, I suppose, been given.
Good answer, bouillabaisse.
It's a lot of what the fishermen would have had a cheap fish.
Yeah, Rick Stein was a great man to do that.
Yeah, like they had rascals and stuff, like fish that nobody wanted, but they brought it together and made it an unbelievable dish out of it, which has been lauded now for years. So I suppose that's what, to me, why did that come into my head? Because look, there's loads of different parts, different cultures of people that came together at a time when there was nothing going on. Yeah. And that was, like, I suppose, what the 90s was. Yeah. And they all came together and made this big harmony. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It was, yeah.
I like that answer.
What? That is a great answer, Billy. You know that? That's like you've actually thought about this.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. I didn't tell you any. I didn't tell you I was going to ask you that question. I didn't even know. I was going to ask you that question, you know? But that is a really good one. And that was kind of what the 90s was, because it was a bit boring and shit. And then,
well, the 80s we were starting to come out of it. We're starting to be, because we won Stuttgart in '88. Not won Stuttgart, we went to Stuttgart.
Yeah, we beat England in Stuttgart.
We beat England.
And then like 1990.
And the Italian 90, and I think people were just starting to feel, you know what?
Proud.
Well, we can take a stage now. Yeah, have a name for ourselves.
Yeah, there was a whole kind of a social thing happened, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was this social movement of people from all different areas, all different classes,
and even linked in with the stuff from the north that was starting to settle
down. We used to go play in the art college and stuff like that with Homer. That sort of thing.
When the Irish were getting less of a hard time in England because the bombing campaign was over a good while and all that kind of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that happened then, you know. International or DJs that around about then that you would have went, like, I don't know, Sven Bat, Jeff Mills, someone like that you would have looked up to, and they would have been kind of.
Well, I would have.
Billy Nasty.
Andrew, like Weatherall.
Andrew Weatherall, yeah.
Yeah, it's still, I think, is pinnacle for me. Stuart McMillan, Richie Houghton. Who else was absolutely unbelievable? Yeah, Billy was always great.
He said something lovely about you, didn't he? Actually,
Billy Nasty did.
Yeah.
I'm nastier than him.
Did you do a warm up gig for him in Dublin? Like,
it was
warm ups. Did you?
We were doing it at night, and we're all on, and I think they were still the Dust Brothers at the time. Maybe they just changed the name to the Chemical Brothers. They were playing downstairs in the Furnace, and that was an unbelievable nightclub. That was,
Where was that?
It was in Temple Bar. It was a student nightclub. It was so subsidised. And I had 2 floors, but the bottom floor had a stage, and the back of the stage, you cut out a piece of the wall and put the DJ box in there, and the decks coming out.
Right, okay,
and then there was just another room upstairs, but it was mental in there that night. We had Derek May play there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a page called 909 Originals Day. I keep seeing their stuff coming up. It reminds me of Wild Nights. Yeah, Derek Hart was another great DJ. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, I'd have to walk backwards into a load of old grey matter. Try and find it. Like my Nigeria report.
Get back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're putting on a night now, or not a night, let's say like a kind of an experience, a day and a kind of a night thing where you're going to have like grub, food and music, right? And
there's one of those happening there in the 29th of November, I think it is, in the hotel in Ranelagh. I'll think of the name of it now in a sec. I'll look it on my phone. Arvine putting together, but
Arvine's putting on the
Robin Gill is doing the food. 333 it's called, yeah.
Okay.
Hang on a sec, I have it here somewhere. Yeah, 29th of November. Alexis Taylor from Hot Chip, Arvine, myself, and a lot of other people playing there. I don't think the whole line is sorted, but yeah, it's a charity thing as well.
And who's doing the food?
Robin Gill.
Okay. So there's going to be food and tunes.
Yeah, and I think there's other stuff as well. There was talking about Margaret.
Stuff or something happening as well, is there?
Yeah.
There's some movie
stuff.
Yeah,
the Devlin, that's the name of the hotel. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, that's the 29th of November, yeah. So that should be good. Yeah, and obviously Rob's unbelievable chef.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no. That would be something like that. I think is kind of nearly where it's going now, isn't it? It's food and drink and
they do the supper club in Derby's in London, in his place in London, in Rob's place. Yeah, they do that, and there's a few of those sort of things happen as well. It just gets harder to do stuff here because there's less places to do it in.
Yeah,
you know.
I know what you mean. It's finding a venue and someone that will do it. You know, and is that ticketed? Is it? Is that gig ticketed, or is it just kind of walk up?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's ticketed, but I'm sure you can walk up as well. I only got the promo poster for it there. They'll be going up online. So watch this space type thing.
Deadly, you know. Well, Billy, it's been a... We've had the pleasure of working together on a couple of gigs, a few gigs over the years.
We won't talk about Oktoberfest.
But it's been an absolute Oktoberfest. What was it? The falafel feathers. Feathers fellas. Yeah, the created imagery done for like 3 weeks or something.
Something like that,
Yeah, we were doing it. Veggie, it was lovely.
Chats.
Billy.
Oh,
it was great. It was a pleasure. It was great chatting to you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Take it easy.
It's been Charlie here from Service Please with Mr. Billy Scurry. It's been lovely chatting.